I've always believed that needing someone meant being weak, but now I see it as a beautiful thing because needing you isn't a sign of weakness. It's a reflection of how much you mean to me. I never thought I'd be the one to say this, but I need you. It's not about desperation. It's about realizing that together we are stronger than we could ever be apart. It's strange how you can go through life thinking you don't need anyone, but the moment you meet someone like you, everything changes. I need you more than I can explain. I've tried so hard to convince myself that I could go on without you, but every moment without you proves how wrong I was. I need you, and that's the truth I can't deny anymore. It's hard to admit, but I've realized that my heart beats differently when you're near. It's not just love, it's the realization that I need you in ways I can't put into words. There's a quiet truth that I've been hiding from myself for so long. I need you, and as much as I wanted to deny it, I can't escape the feeling that you're exactly what's been missing. I never imagined I would need someone as much as I need you. But here I am, vulnerable, honest, and finally admitting what my heart has known all along. I used to think that needing someone meant I was weak, but now I know better. Needing you is the strongest thing I could ever feel because you make me feel like I can conquer anything. Admitting that I need you isn't a sign of weakness. It's a realization of how deeply intertwined our lives have become. You're not just a part of my life, you are my life. I've tried to keep my emotions in check, to protect myself from needing anyone, but you've cracked open a door I didn't even know existed. Now I can't deny it. I need you. I've spent so much time telling myself I didn't need anyone, but now I know the truth. I need you in ways that go beyond anything I've ever experienced. It's difficult to admit, but I've realized that I'm not as strong as I thought. I need you, not because I can't survive without you, but because you bring out the best in me. I never expected to find someone like you, someone who makes me realize that it's okay to need, to want, and to depend on someone who truly understands me. It's not about weakness. It's not about dependence. It's about love, connection, and the undeniable truth that I need you in my life. I've always told myself that I didn't need anyone, but when I look at you, I realize how wrong I was. I need you in ways that go beyond anything I have ever known. I used to believe that needing someone meant being vulnerable, but now I understand that it's only through vulnerability that we truly connect. And right now, I need that connection more than ever. I've been so afraid to admit how much I need you, but now I see that it's not weakness. It's the most honest and beautiful truth I could ever acknowledge. The truth is, I've spent so long pretending I didn't need anyone, but now that you're in my life, I realize I need you more than I ever thought possible. It's strange how someone can come into your life and change everything. I didn't want to admit it, but I need you in ways I can't ignore anymore. I never thought I'd find myself saying this, but I need you. It's not just about what you give me, it's about the way you make me feel like I'm complete when I'm with you. I've always thought I was strong enough to stand alone, but now I realize that strength doesn't mean standing alone. It means allowing yourself to need someone who cares for you as deeply as you care for them. It's hard to admit that I need you, but the more I try to deny it, the more I realize that my heart knows the truth. I need you, and I can't hide it any longer. There was a time when I thought needing someone would make me weak, but now I see that it only makes me human. And with you, I am in exactly who I'm supposed to be. I've spent so long convincing myself that I didn't need anyone. But now I understand that needing you is the greatest gift I could ever give myself. I never thought I'd let my guard down enough to admit this, but I need you, not because I'm weak, but because you've shown me what it means to truly be loved and understood. I've always believed I could survive on my own, but now I see that survival isn't enough. I need you, and that need is something I've come to embrace with my whole heart. I never thought I'd need anyone as much as I need you, but now I see that it's not about need, it's about love. And you're the one who has shown me what love really is. I've tried to push the feelings away, to convince myself that I don't need anyone. But in the quiet moments, I know the truth. I need you more than I ever thought possible. It's a difficult thing to admit, but I need you. And not just for the things you do for me, but for the way you make me feel like I am enough, just as I am. There are moments in life where the heart speaks louder than the mind, and right now, all I can hear is that I need you, even though admitting it feels like a vulnerability I've tried to hide for so long. I've spent so much time convincing myself I can do everything on my own, but when the silence settles and the world slows down, the truth becomes undeniable. I need you in ways I never thought possible. I always thought that strength meant standing alone, but now I realize that true strength is knowing when to reach out, when to admit that I need you, and when to allow myself to feel vulnerable. Every time I try to push you away, it feels like I'm pushing away the very part of myself that needs healing. It's not weakness, it's just the simple truth. I need you more than I ever let on. It's a hard thing to admit, but there's a part of me that's been empty, and I know only you can fill it. It's more than just affection. It's the comfort of knowing that someone understands me in ways words can't express. I've walked through this world with a guarded heart, thinking that distance would protect me, but now I see that distance only made me more aware of how much I truly need you. The truth is, I've never been good at expressing how much you mean to me, but when I look deep inside, I realize that my heart beats for you, and I need you more than words could ever say. There's a certain kind of loneliness that comes with independence, and it's only now, with you by my side, that I realize it was never about being alone. It was about needing you in my life. I spent so many years convincing myself that I didn't need anyone, but now I understand that it's not about needing anyone. It's about needing the right person, and that person is you. I never wanted to admit it because I feared vulnerability, but the truth is you've become a part of me, and I can't deny it anymore. I need you. I've always tried to stand strong on my own, but you make me realize that strength isn't about doing everything alone. Sometimes it's about allowing someone else in, especially when you need them the most. I've kept my feelings locked away for so long, but when I think about the moments that make me feel whole, I realize it's always been you. I need you more than I ever wanted to admit. I've built walls around my heart, thinking they would keep me safe, but in the quiet moments, I realize those walls only created a distance between us. Now, I see the truth. I need you. It's hard to admit, but every day I spend without you feels like something important is missing. And no matter how hard I try to ignore it, I know I need you in my life. I've spent my life convincing myself that I could be okay without anyone, but you've changed that. You've shown me that it's okay to need someone, especially when that someone is as important as you. There's an emptiness in my chest that I can't ignore any longer. It's not something I wanted to admit, but now I know that what I truly need is you by my side. I never thought I'd let anyone have this much power over my heart, but here I am, admitting the truth. I need you, and I can't imagine life without you in it. It's hard to face the truth, but sometimes we're so afraid of needing someone that we try to convince ourselves we don't. But you've taught me that it's okay to need, and I need you now more than ever. I've always been the one to keep my emotions in check. But when I look at you, I realize just how much I need you. It's not about dependency, it's about connection. And that connection with you is everything. It's funny how we can go through life pretending we don't need anyone. But deep down, we all need someone who understands us, someone who makes us feel complete. That someone is you. I've tried to convince myself that I could live without you, but every day proves that I can't. I need you in a way I never expected, and I can't keep denying it anymore. It's not weakness to admit that I need you. It's the realization that you're an essential part of my life, and without you, I am incomplete. I've always been independent, thinking I could handle everything on my own. But there's something about you that makes me realize I need you in ways I never anticipated. I've spent so long pretending I didn't need anyone, but now I see the truth. I don't just want you in my life. I need you in ways that go beyond words. Sometimes admitting that you need someone is the hardest thing to do, but with you, it's different. You make me feel safe enough to admit that I can't do this without you. There was a time when I thought I didn't need anyone, but now that I've experienced the way you make me feel, I know the truth. I need you more than I ever wanted to admit.